So this is our last module, planning a render pipeline for production. What is pipeline? Pipeline is the glue that ties each phase of work to the next. It's what ties your work to the person who worked before you and your output to the next person in the chain. It could be the client, but it could be another artist. We're now going to finish our comp as well. This will give us a good opportunity to not only review everything we've learned in the course, but also to see some of these principles in action. The consistency that we've enforced in naming our passes, in naming our layers, is going to pay off, because we're going to be able to do not only the shot that we've been doing all through the course, but another camera angle, a different camera move, and we're going to be able to create 2 shots for the price of 1. We're going to look at creating comp and render templates. So extrapolate on this principle of being able to create multiple shots from a camera angle, we can look at how we might create a template, something we could reuse on multiple projects or multiple shots. And finally, we're going to look at another scene just to plan how we might approach a completely different 3D setup. We're not going to go into rendering that, but we're going to look at how you might plan that for the future. A summary of how you might want to think about pipeline. Now, anything that you generate, any file that you create, should relate to where it came from in some way, and it should relate to what it's for. So, for example, if you have a Maya scene and you have a Maya render, you should look at the render and immediately be able to identify this scene came from this render, came from this layer, this camera, and when you look at it inside the file in Nuke or another software, the name of the pass should also be evident, and it should be similar to the name that you have in Maya. So it should be very easy to find things working backwards from the render. That's the same with the Nuke script. The Nuke script should be named similarly to the render. They should relate in some way. It's important that they are related to the purpose. If you have RGB mats that are the phone, headphones, and the pencil, then they should be called phone, headphone, pencil, or some code that represents those words if the words are very long. Keeping naming consistent enables a lot of boring stuff to be automated. Automating boring stuff will enable you to be more artistic. It will give you more time to be artistic because you will not be playing detective. So all of pipeline stuff is about giving you more time to be an artist and less time to be a detective, less time to be IT support, less time to be hunting around for stuff, because when you're not doing that stuff, you get to be cool. And when you're cool, you can have fun and you can do great work.